Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Danielle and today I'll be speaking about autism. Earlier this year I discovered I had high functioning autism, which finally explained my life. All my quirks and my struggles finally made sense. Now I know some people hate the term high functioning, but I use it just to give you an idea of where I'm at. I don't like to be touched by anyone except someone I'm dating, a boyfriend, and that's because I'm so used to them that it just doesn't worry me. But anyone else, like a hand on the shoulder or a handshake or a friendly hug, it feels really foreign to me, and I can feel it long after they've left, like it's imprinted. I can feel where they've touched me. Another sensory issue that I have is smell. I really hate the smell of a lot of things, except the few things I really do like the smell of. But typically I really don't like to smell strong food, even if I like the food. I hate the waft of it. I really don't like the smell of people, which I'm sure a lot of people don't really love the smell of people, but I feel like I'm overly sensitive to the smells that come off people. The smells coming off their skin, their hair, their clothes, their breath. I just feel I pick up on that a lot more than some people, and sometimes actually have to get away from them. Other than smell and touch, I feel like I don't have any other sensory issues. I'm fine with loud noises and lights. Although as a kid, I think I was very sensitive to loud noises, but I think a lot of kids are. But I just remember hating anything that was loud. I absolutely hate visiting other people's houses. I'll try to get out of it any way I can. In other people's places, I can never relax. I always feel very tense and on edge, anxious, out of place. I just don't like being in someone else's space. I'm also kind of grossed out by many aspects of their place because I'm extremely neat and tidy and pretty particular about that kind of thing. Unfortunately, that has caused some problems with people, especially boyfriends, because I won't go over to their place or I won't go visiting with them. I mean, I will occasionally, but I try to get out of it as much as I can. I get very anxious about visiting new places, like going to a doctor's or a dentist or any appointment or anywhere new that I have to go, especially by myself. I always have to do a lot of research on these places. I have to go drive by the place and see what it looks like before the actual day I have to go there. I'll get online and look up photos and what the interior looks like, just so I can feel a little bit more comfortable. I don't like walking into places and feeling lost and not sure where to go. I like someone to tell me exactly what you do when you go in the door. Like, you go in and where's the reception exactly? Well, I see it as soon as I walk in. I get really worried about that kind of stuff. In my late teens and early adulthood, I'd get really anxious around people that I didn't know well, especially if it was just us and it was up to me to make up half the conversation. I'd desperately try to think of something to say, but I'd get so anxious that I couldn't think at all and I'd almost feel disconnected from myself. And it was like time was in slow motion. When they'd say something to me, I'd always reply very quickly in short replies, and often not what I was really thinking or what I'd really like to say. I eventually started masking when I was a proper adult out in the real world with a job. It makes me appear reasonably confident, especially in a one-on-one situation. I still stay fairly quiet in groups, but I don't stress about it. I don't worry what to say anymore and feel like I need to talk. I'll chime in here and there, but I never share too much about myself or get into full-on discussions within a group setting. Masking has helped me lose my anxiety, even though I still get a small case of it when trying to communicate with someone that I find particularly hard to read or closed off. I also have a lot of trouble with people that I find more intimidating than others, but it's not something that really worries me that much anymore. So when it comes to masking, I usually mask all the time, except for by myself, with my mum, or whoever I'm dating at the time. They're the only people that I can truly be myself around. Although, for some strange reason, I can write to people as completely myself, even if I don't know them. I might act totally different to them in person, but I can be completely open in writing. I have a few people that I write to and they get the real me, but I don't know as I could be that open with them in person. I just become a pretty generic, friendly person. I hate eye contact with people that I don't know or don't like. So I work in retail, seeing a lot of people every day, and I find it really hard to look at them. I find myself looking at the register screen a lot when we're talking. I try to avoid people just by instinct. It's not anything to do with the person. They could be so friendly and I could like them. My body just kind of feels tense and repulsed where I'll try to look unavailable, so hopefully they won't come up and talk to me. All I can put that down to is just the energy it sucks from me to mask. But as soon as they do acknowledge me, the mask comes straight on and I'm upbeat and friendly and I'm fine in that moment. I hate phone calls and usually won't answer them unless it's someone that I'm really close with. When my phone rings, it feels like an intruder just came into my house. That's how I feel. I hate it. On the other side of things, I hate making phone calls. If I can write to someone or go see them in person, I'll do that long before I'll make a phone call. Making a phone call takes me half the day, I swear. I just put it off and pace around and think about it. Eventually I will do it. And it will be okay, but it does put me through a lot of stress. When on a call, I also mask, so I probably sound completely confident. I put hating phone calls down to not knowing who's on the other end. I'm not great at reading people in the first place, and on a phone, I can't read them at all. I can't see their face, which I think is what gives me the anxiety. I hate driving. I have to follow the same routes everywhere I go, or I get really tense and stressed. If anything goes wrong, I always need to know what I'm going to do. I can't be surprised by anything. And when I am, it can send me into a bit of a meltdown. I'm also a strict rule follower when driving. It really bugs me when people don't follow the rules, when they speed or don't indicate or do something weird. That really puts me off and irritates me. If someone was to honk at me or anything like that, it would just ruin my day. It will really upset me and I just can't get over it like other people seem to. Other people don't seem to care, but this would put a damper on at least half my day. So I've been told that I don't really show empathy very well. It's not that I don't care or feel for others. I stress so much about things happening to people that I'm close to. I just don't know how to show it. I don't know what to say or do in those sorts of situations. Well, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even learned something. Please tune back in for more content like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!